Okay, so sure. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to have interaction with you. So, as a question or issue about which we are here is that the cognitive learning will be helpful to pursue career in analytics. Okay. So before that, let us understand the basic about the education, knowledge-based learning, what we say, the knowledge and the wisdom. Like education is all about the formal process that we follow. Okay, the traditional method. When we learn more, student, of candidate, of an aspirant, officer, of an employee, what that to change all. Okay. So learning it's basically a critical thinking, creative thinking, problem solving based on. Today we are in the era where we are far ahead of the traditional method of learning. Today we emphasize more about the experience-based learning, okay, knowledge which is accumulated based on the past experiences. Okay, so when we so hello.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So as we were discussing about, and we are discussing about the cognitive learning that is based on the critical thinking, okay, that's based on the problem solving, okay, and creative thinking. So thinking is an ability of a human being, which is available to human only. Okay, so it's a great gift to us. Ultimately, the thinking, lateral thinking, horizontal thinking, vertical thinking, all these are the pattern of thinking which one should apply in his working profile, in his learning process and all. So, but before that, what is knowledge actually? Knowledge is all about, is it something accumulation of information, or is it merely of an information? Because we are in the information era. Lots of information is bombarded over us from the different sections. How we can use this information? Because information comes to us and goes. Okay. Unless we are in a position to comprehend that information or utilize that information for our purpose. Okay. Now learning is not about only it's a task of a child or a student. We all are in the process of continuous learning, or what we call is as a continual learning. Okay. In school, then college, then in office, in our work profile and everywhere. So we always try to master in our working experience. So when we say knowledge is not merely of an information. So what happened that the traditional method of education, or what we say education system, that's a formal process, is more or less focused on the informative learning. So we keep on giving more information, we give make people aware about the situation and only that thing. But how to generate that critical approach, approaching the matter, approaching the subject, unless we develop that aptitude, okay, it is difficult to have mastery and difficult to excel in our 21st century. So knowledge is not merely about the information. It should be transformative in nature. Rather informative, I would call it as a transformative required. So whatever information is received by us from the different sources, whether it's from the news channel, whether it's of the current affairs, whether it's of our subject specific expertise or subject specific information, that all, one should have ability to comprehend that information. Okay, what, why, how, when, whom, for whom. So if this kind of aptitude we develop, so it will become part of our learning on continual basis. And in every situation, whether it's it's wherever we are in the job, where we're having some academic sessions, everywhere it helps us and increase our intelligence. Okay. So one is about to understand cognitive learning. So these are the basic fundamentals, these are the fundamentals of cognitive learning. So one is a critical learning, critical thinking. So cognitive learning is purely based on the thinking pattern, how we approach any subject. Somebody is teaching us, somebody is explaining us, and we are merely taking what he said, and the education is over. It is not so, or we are getting enlightened. It is not so. It is the initial step. Okay, then onus of understanding lying on us. How we approach now? Do we have that critical thinking? Do we have the creative thinking? Okay, one is
I'm
having
David from Brilliant Directory.
vision to see particular thing. Can we develop the another approach? Can we develop the creative thinking that how we can do, or how we can understand, or what the topic is about to explain us? So it is our creativity is also required there. And third is problem solving. If someone is believing or liking the status quo, then the analytics part is not for them, because analytics is morely based on the problem solving. Because in dynamic situation today, where we are living in every day in day out, we are facing different challenges. Challenges what in terms of that is the apart from or the deviation in status quo. Any situation comes to, we need to see that in all the directions. Okay, why it is so, why it is arised here, what is our desired objective, and why is it hindrance or is it opportunity? So it is not necessary that any changes comes to your way. It is always a challenge or issue. Sometimes it is, or mostly it is opportunities also. So today entire corporate sector is running on this thesis, on this thinking pattern, that any situation comes to you, how we can find an opportunity out of it and get it useful for our desired objective. Now comes to our cognitive thinking part and the analytics. So before that, before that, just I conclude this what I said earlier, that we are in the era of transformative learning, where we use the information, where we analyze it, where we think it. So analysis is not merely for the career point of view. Analysis should be part of our daily life. It should be our aptitude. Okay, in every situation, personal life, if you see any situation arise in our personal life, we are able to analyze it properly. We can get easy, we can get solution very easily for that also. That is prima facie. It's an aptitude, it's a quality that is to be generated. Similarly, the same thing to be applied to the career and the cognitive learning portion. So problem solving, creative thinking, and critical thinking. That's the one part. Now, what is analysis or what is analytics? Now, there is see the terminology, this business analysis and business analytics. Now, if somebody wants to have the career in business analysis, so it's a traditional method of analyzing the business entirely. Now, this specific role or function is contributing to making the strategy of an organization. It's contributing to prepare annual operation plans, budgeting, financing. See, the different profiles require this kind of a basic analysis. Okay, so analysis of the trend, past trend data, primary data, secondary data, market analysis, competitors analysis. So what not? All these sources, when you analyze, you get some inputs which directly contribute to your decision making. So when you try to comprehend the data, ability to reading between the lines, ability to comprehend the information, lead information, and this set of inputs where you have, which work as a support for decision making. So in corporate sector, in job, any work profile, what is important? To take decision, right or wrong is we come to know in future when we get the repercussions or outcome of it. But at the moment, what we can do, we can have our rational thinking basis on our ability to comprehend the information, data, and whatever. Okay, and we come to the conclusion, which is rational in nature, which is most suitable to that situation. So when we say a cognitive learning based, how you can use this cognitive learning to our analytical business analytics career. So simply we are developing these skill sets. Okay, now come to about the skill sets also. What kind of the skill sets are required for the business analysis? So there are different skill developments that are there, like business communication skill, writing and documentation, because we are always in that analysis process. where we try to scrutiny every data, every information. So we should be able to comprehend it and write it in an easy way, so that it should be communicable to the management team, or it should be communicable to the decision-making team also. So that's a work of an employee or the officer in organization. So this is a very critical part. The more we are agile, the more we are, clear about this, we can contribute to the decision-making in organization, irrespective of whatever our position is there. Okay, so we can directly contribute when career excels and we get promotion and get to the higher position. So if we have these skill sets, it will be very beneficial. Based on my 12 years of experience in starting, in 8 years of corporate sector, then 4 years of government sector. So what I understood that these are the skill sets always remain with us, and it pays us at each and every situation wherever we work. It becomes very helpful. Okay. So business analysis is more about, there is also business analysis and business analytics. So what I was saying, that the business analysis is a little bit traditional, where strategy making, business and business planning, okay, operational plan, budgeting and planning, all that thing. But what is required there, the skill set, like it's a trend analysis, functional specification, process design, preparing SOPs, all these things are part of the business analysis. But when we talk about business, it is based on some programming like R language, Python, okay, inclusion of such advanced technology, data mining, data crunching, data management, data analytics, okay, then data science or business intelligence. So these mathematics, statistical regression, mathematical approach. So it's more of a core technology base, where we need to take a large set of data, and we need to give the epilogue, conclusion out of huge data or the lots of information. So to arrive some conclusion, to give some outcome of this, okay, we have this so and so data, we have so and so information, but what it wants to convey us and how we can use it for our objective. So this is the entire process. This is the entire active exercise is there. So business analytics, business analysis, immaterial, it is the profile. But if one is having aptitude more of a programming, more of a technology, IT side, more of is having in mathematical approach or the statistical approach, okay, in kind of a decision making, then business analysis is there. And business analysis is more of a traditional approach, but as and when it is required in every stages of the organization, so it is general in nature. Okay, it's a general aptitude. If you have this set skill, like requirement. Now, if you know the requirement of a customer, if you know the requirement of situation, demand of the situation, then you can deliver. Okay, so this is a basic skill required, that the requirement mapping. Okay. So now let us come to the skill set, which is generally required, whether it's for business analysis or analytics. See, this differentiation is based on the tools that we are using, okay, or basic approach with which we are moving forward. But in entirety, the business analyst has to have certain skill sets, like requirement mapping. Okay, earlier we discussed about the documentation and writing skill. We discussed about the communication skill. Apart from requirement mapping is also there. So when we have clear set of objectives, okay, we know that we need to deliver this, then we can deliver. But unless we know the requirement of customer, requirement of stakeholder, okay, requirement of organizational objective, so we have to be clear. So before doing analysis, the primary requirement is that we need to have clarity. Okay, we need to have the vision that what is our demand, what is our requirement. Then comes analysis part. That these are the this is the modus operandi. This is the functional activity that we need to perform. We need to apply our analytical approach and 360-degree analysis of it and everything. And for that, whatever the tool we need to apply, whether it's an SQL, whether it's Excel, whether it's MS Visio, Word Power, a Python, R learning, and there is a list of techniques. Okay, but basic skill set is very essential. Okay, so this all come, other things become supportive, but basic approach in attending this analysis part, this is what we discuss about. Now, apart from skill set, the 3 skill set which we discussed, fourth one is problem solving. As we say that if we believe or if we like status quo, then it is not, it's not required in corporate sector. Okay, because it's a challenging. Always comes a new situation. There always situations are there, crises are there, problems are there. So that is an opportunity for betterment of organization. More and more challenges you have, that means you are in a dynamic situation. So in such scenario, it is very essential or imperative to have analytical approach, understand it, comprehend it, and past experience that we have, we can deliver in a better way. Okay. And fifth one is the visualization. Like visualization is not merely about presenting the presentation in terms of pictorial presentation, but there are certain the procedure, it's a tool. Like if you want to present the data, then use Excel sheet, the pie chart, bar chart and all. Okay, if you want to present certain case scenario, then appropriate visualization should be there. So one should have that vision. One should have that ability to comprehend and understand data, information, situation, and everything. And at the same time, it should be in a position to give a conclusion also, primary conclusion. This is all about the activity, about the analysis part and skill set. And now the third point which you asked about how it can be useful on the online learning. Okay, how online learning can be useful for you.
Yes,
okay. As we discussed, that the traditional method is having a minimal role now. It is not about going to school and or simply mugging up the details or mugging up the learnings. Because if you have a degree, if you pass out, graduated, if you have a master degree, earlier it was so that we have a master degree, and basis on the degree we used to have bread and butter entire life. Okay, through the experiential journey. But now it's every 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, we need to accumulate the skill sets which are relevant for the corporate sector, because every 5 years the trend is changing, the industrial entire paradigm is changing, so much dynamism is there. Okay. So online learning playing a very crucial role. It gives liberty in location, it gives liberty in timing, as per your convenience you can have the learning part. Okay. Second, while infusion of the latest technology like artificial intelligence, machine learning, all this, they are playing role actively in these different platforms there. So it somewhere try to measure the cognitive power of a learner also. Okay. Now it is not so entire year you learn or entire year do any certificate course, and at the end of the session or like year you appear for the exam and to know what is my progress. Okay, this is continual evaluation. You are learning, you are comprehending, you are understanding, you are implementing in practice, in application, and then you come to know that how better equipped with it, how you better understand that. So you immediately get what we say the test, and you get the analysis. You come to know that how better you have done. So online is very much, and it's a future now. Somewhere COVID-19 has given this, it has taught us that the paradigm is changed now. The situation is changed, and we also have to align ourselves basis on the demand of time. So online portal, online learning play a very crucial role. Okay. And it has changed the teaching pedagogy also. It's changed the traditional way of teaching also. So it's more dynamic now, and we need to align ourselves. So it's always good to have this channel of learning also, because there are vast options available. We need not to go out, wait for the session, do the payment. Everything is online now. You subscribe it, do the payment there, you get the learning there, you solve your questions, queries. At the same time, you can connect with a lot of many people together. Okay, the change of ideas. So this has going to change the method of learning entirely.
Yes.
So I hope that this and more technological advancement will make this entire process better.
Yes.
So that's all about for your question from my side.
You are actually answered all the questions I have. I have just a little question, that if anybody wants to pursue a career in business analytics, can a student be from any kind of educational background?
Yes. See, business analysis, it merely require a graduate person. Okay, but business analysis doesn't depend upon the degree. It more depend upon the aptitude and skill sets of an individual. Now we are seeing that there is a professional degrees also available in business analysis. Okay, in last 7 8 years, many institutes are coming with graduation in business analysis, master in business analysis. So that's good to have a proper curriculum at place. Okay.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
whatever understanding the industry's requirement or the corporate requirement, such courses are formalized. And so it's always better because there is a demand of organizations, corporate world, to have proper curriculum and certified business analysis. So it is easy to corporates also to deliver or to get some specific tasks from such business analysis. But as a business analyst, if somebody wants to pursue career in business analyst, so these basic aptitude and skills are required at this. One should be good in MS Office, and in that way, IT-based learning, programming, to the extent if someone does advanced business analytics course, so you come to know about the basic tools. Okay, so because e-commerce business, online e-commerce businesses are there. Okay, many businesses are now shifting from offline to online. So in that situation, in that dynamism, we need to infuse, because in that situation, like telecom sector, there is a huge subscriber data is there. So how we can do the analysis? So we need to deal with such huge data by applying proper tools and techniques. So we can make it simpler for our analysis part. So it's a backward and forward. We are moving in both the direction. Okay, in this process. So that's in nutshell. So anyone can be a business analyst, considering he should have that appetite, he should have that aptitude and skills for that. And it is really one of the key responsibility of a business analyst to give a lead, because it directly affects decision making of an organization. So it's a fulfillment, it's a satisfaction that your judgment or your output is directly contributing to decision making, which define the further policy, future policy for the organization. So it's one of the, I would say it's one of the very key profiling organization. It's not merely about it's not merely about the technical things or the working on some data and refreshing the data, or the refurbishing, working on making it easier and then just deliver. No, if one applies the entire process diligently, then he comes to know, or he or she comes to know about the business model, about the market scenario, about the economic scenario, about the global environment, global business scenario and everything. So his vision get vast. So it becomes on the path of top management. He would be because management is all about the decision making. So more you are aligned with entire process, you are confident enough to take decision for the organization as well.
Exactly.
So it is directly contributing for making the future leaders.
Also, since you are from the government sector as well, we have this new national education policy which was designed last year. So we support the use of mother tongue for a student up till class 5, right? So we at mylangmylearnin also are trying to bring content in our mother tongue. In every type of content will be available to one's mother tongue. So we are making it very user friendly and it's up to every user's cognizance level. So what is your thoughts on the use of mother tongue in improving analytical skills and communication? What will be the role of mother tongue in improving analytical skills and communication?
Okay. See, as you said that for the 1st to 5th standard, so these are the kids, and it's always kids are always familiar with their mother tongue. So it's better if we deliver the education in their mother tongue. So it is easy for them to comprehend and get align with it easily, because it is the developing stage. It's a developing of cognitive stage. But if we keep on providing challenges to them, problem solving, we should give them challenges. You see, this is the situation. How will you react? Let them critically. Our role should be what? Like even if we at the age of children, at the stage of children also, if you see, so this policy is very good to have at place. Okay, because there should not be a what we say the mania for particular language or obsession for particular language, because language is merely a method of communication. It's a mode of communication.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if you are not able to convey your ideas, your views to the other person, or the other person is not able to understand what you want to say, then it's a failure of communication. So language should not be the obsession, because certain languages are today is an international language. So obviously they have their own importance. We cannot neglect them also. So we need to learn, we need to understand, we need to learn those languages also, and anybody can learn, because language is what, if you know the basic grammar, basic vocabulary, and do it practice, make it in your practice, you can do it. Okay.
Yeah.
The child who is learning his mother tongue, nobody teach him or her. Nobody teach him that if your mother tongue is Marathi, so this is called chair, this is called table, because it is habituated to. They see, they listen it, and they come to know. Okay, so their observation is there of a child, so it is easy for them to understand everything. Nobody learn mother tongue. Okay, it is imbibed in it automatically.
It is
Basis on the
imbibed,
surrounding.
yeah.
So always it is better if such portal is there, such module is there which deliver in mother tongue, which is always better for the students and good to have it at place, so student can easily understand it and comprehend it. Okay, so we should be supportive, more supportive, because coming era is very competitive, and in this era, how we can make this learning process easier. Okay, and how easier for the students, for the children, and learning should always be a fun activity rather than it is a responsibility. Okay, because when we are children, we always are taught that okay, you have to learn good, so you will get a good job. So it's kind of a responsibility that okay, if I don't learn better, if I don't do better in schools, future will be difficult. So it should not be that like pressure. It should not be pressure there. It should be fun activity. Ultimately, what we need the nurturing groom of the child. Okay, so it's good to have if such modules are there, the platform are there delivering in the mother tongue. That's always, this is a welcome step from the government.
Yes. This is what we also at My Language, My Learning believe, that learning should be more about, it should be more than scoring marks or what learning. It should be fun. You should be learning because you want to learn, not because you have this enormous pressure on your head that you have to score marks, bring name to the family, get a good job or something like that. So this is what we are trying to change at My Language, My Learning. And thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. I know you had some other commitment as well, but thank you for giving us your time, and we wish you all the success in your life. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to interact with your friends and share my experiences with you all. Yes. So it's my pleasure to be on this stage, and I convey my best wishes to ML2 to get success in your objective. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.